Hey Cougar fans, we're here with USF head women's basketball coach Traphagen, whose team picked up a 75-62 win in the quarterfinals of the NSIC Tournament. Tomorrow they will play a familiar foe in Northern State. But first, quite an effort today, Trap, with your team, and really you took it inside to them and defended really well, right?
Yeah, I thought we did defend really well. We had a couple goals going into this game. One was limiting them from the three-point line. They're just a prolific three-point shooting team, one of the best in our league. So our goal was to hopefully keep them under 6 threes for the game. We wanted to out-rebound them. And then the other stat is we wanted to get to the foul line more than them. And we had to kind of flip that stat a little bit because they got their 20-plus times on us in the first game, and we only got their 6. So I just didn't think we were near aggressive enough. And they have one really, really good player, well, 2 really good players, Katrina Nordic and the Thielman kid. Both had 30 and 26 here just in their first-round game against Mankato. The offense that they run is really good, simple, tempo-based. And what's really hard is when they make post-entry passes to Nordic, they cut through and they just wait to play off a double team. So you got to kind of ask yourself, are you going to double? Okay, and if you do and they're able to pitch out opposite, you got to be able to rotate and try to get to a bunch of three-point shooters. So, we kind of went into it saying, hey, one, we were hoping that I think Sam did a really nice job on Nordic. Costa Guard had some time on her. Tegan had some time, and the more we could kind of guard her one-on-one without having to rotate was probably a big reason why we didn't give up a bunch of the threes. We just thought that was probably the #1 key, was keeping them off the three-point line as much as we could. So they're a great team, and very, very happy with the win. If there's always one thing that I wish we had a little bit more in us, was that killer. I think we got up as many as 17 at one point. And the way I look at it, if you want to own the next 2 or 3 minutes, you can be at 20 plus, and that's pretty tough to come back from. But they always give Crookston a lot of credit. They always hung around and hung around. We'd be at 17, and it would go right back down to 11. And you well know, Dan, when it gets to 10 or under, that's danger zone. That's a lot of times momentum can flip. So we hit some big shots. Varsh hit a big 3. They really tried to take her away. Hit a big 3 when we needed one at the end of the shot clock. Sammy played well. Costa Guard was a beast, like she always is. So just all in all, I can't say enough things, and excited about having an opportunity now to play a very, very good Northern State team who's been playing really well, and I thought played really well today against Wayne State.
You mentioned you wanted to hold them to 3 fans. The Cougars held them 2 out of 10. Well, Crookston got to the line with 17 attempts and USF 15. Really, this game was decided on the boards where USF had a 39-30 advantage and then defending in the post, as Trap just said. Sam Connect finished with 22, and Costa Guard for the 5th time in 7 games, Allison Costa Guard with a double-double. Talk about almost the bullish attitude that she
just gets every rebound, and quite honestly, that's probably one of the stats that I was maybe a little disappointed in tonight, was our ability to rebound. I believe that we out-rebounded by 25 the first time that we played them at the Stewart Center, and I thought the Odor, I don't know how you say her name, the backup post, really did a nice job on the offensive glass. Our 5s did a very, very average job on keeping her off the glass, and sometimes when you try to shoot a lot of 3s, that equals long rebounds, but there's nobody in our league that's a better rebounder than what Costa Guard is. She just is that kid. She's that kid that just finds ways to go get rebounds out of your area. And as a coach, it's easy to always talk about get the rebounds that come right to you. But the special rebounders are the ones that can go get them when they're really tough. So again, we're sure glad that we have her because and we play fast, man. When she gets rebounds, I think 2 or 3 times in her first half she gets defensive rebounds and leads the break. And again, it's really hard for the other team to get defensive transition.
Trap, we should mention another Allison on the team that had some big shots for you, especially in the first half. I think she had 3 threes for you. Allison Johnson, who also from Beersford. So the 2 Allisons.
Really proud of her. And I'm probably the first one to admit that I'm pretty tough on AJ. A lot of times that she's got really a beautiful shot that she hit some big ones for us in the first half, and really had an opportunity to knock a couple of them down in the second half, and they were right there. And again, and it doesn't do any good for coach to get mad when people miss shot. But I was a shooter, and I get emotional on those things. And all I ask is, hey, get your feet set. And she played some really big minutes tonight. Her and Malloy have been kind of sharing some of those minutes. And as they kind of went zone, and AJ was doing a great job defensively, we ended up going a little bit more with the shooter here tonight. So thought she hit some big shots. And you know, anytime you go up at halftime, I believe we're up 11 or 13 or something along those lines, we were able to kind of hold that off and get just really proud of the effort.
Finally, back to the semifinals. Taylor Varsha was on that last team that was there, and so this is going to be a big moment, not only for you in terms of the tournament, but obviously you're playing another game that will count in the regional rankings. And talk about tomorrow. Wrap it up by telling us how you get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, you know, if there's, I don't want to say an easy scout by any means, but Coach Fredrickson's a Hall of Famer. I tell you, I mean, I don't even know how many wins he's got, probably close to 800 at this point. And I think I got 150 not that long ago, and I'm like, man, he's been coaching for a long time, and he's very, very good. And they run so many set plays, and it's really hard to be able to prepare and show everything that they do. You just can't. So sometimes you got to have some principles just going into that game, trying to take away certain things, and they're going to try to slow it down. We're going to try to speed it up. Okay, they like to pop it inside all the time. We like to shoot threes. You know, the last time that we played them, I believe that we made 16 threes. They were playing off a couple kids. You know, Maddie Robson had a big game. AJ hit some threes. Tegan hit some threes. Varsh hit some threes. You know, I'm anxious to see. You know, we're 2-0 against them in the last 2 years, and we've had a lot of success from the three-point line on them because they really try to pack it in. So, you know, we're going to see if Fred's stubborn and sticks to what he's doing all the time, or if he'll kind of make an adjustment. I talked to him a week ago, and he said they guard it different. So, you know, honestly, at this time of the year, you got to stick to your principles a little bit. We got to be able to make some shots. We got to rebound. I mean, that's the one scary thing. I thought Northern looked phenomenal in the first half. Here today against Wayne, got up as much as 25, I think, at one point. And I don't want to say in cruise control, they probably allowed it to get a little closer than comfort zone in the second half, but they were kind of in control of the game. So, you know, they're playing for the same thing we are. Now, I mean, they're on the 7th spot, but I mean, you know, if we can get a win like that, I mean, I'd sure love to be able to get a win and flip them, and us get to the 7th spot. You know, so we're going to see. We're going to take it one at a time. We can talk regional, but again, we're kind of out hopefully for more of a conference championship than we in a region right now. And I think the better you do within your conference, I mean, that's going to kind of take care of itself when it comes down to the regional play.
So it's one at a time, Coach. Thank you for stopping by. Good luck tomorrow against Northern State.
Thanks, Dan.
Come out, Cougar fans. It's a 2:30 game start, just like today. It'll be an in-state battle, University of Sioux Falls versus Northern State here at the Sanford Pentagon. Thank you.